Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Marlena Lester, and I'm the Director of Advising here in the College of Engineering at Virginia Tech. And thank you for joining us for this webinar as part of the virtual academic advising and course registration process for the new student orientation onboarding experience for the College of Engineering. I have with me today Morris Nide from Hokie Shops. So what we're going to do today is do a question and answer session to address any questions you might have. But I'm going to turn it over to you, Morris, to give us more information.
Sure. Thank you. My name's Morris Nide, and I am the store manager of the Hokie Centric store. The Hokie Centric store is the technology arm of the Hokie Shops. We're right here on campus. We're in the North End Center, right beside the VT Starbucks. I know a lot of you will probably be hanging out there. It's usually pretty busy. Mostly I'm responsible for handling, computer sales, computer repairs, any kind of accessories that you might need. Real quick, background on the Hokie Shops for some of you that might be new. The Hokie Shops operates many different locations. So we have our University Bookstore location, which is right on Kent Street. It's right by the Newman Library, so real easy to get to. In there, you'll have, that's where you'll go to get your course materials, your textbooks, any kind of supplies you might need. There is a computer section in there where you can get accessories, iPads, anything you might need. And then up on our top floor, we have a huge selection of pretty much anything you can put a Virginia Tech logo on, a Hokie bird on. It's pretty amazing. You definitely have to stop by and check it out. We also operate a bookstore off campus called the Volume 2 Bookstore. That is located in the University Mall, right here in Blacksburg. It's a great place to go shop. There's a huge parking lot right there, so you might not have to fight parking like you would on campus. We also, have our Hokie Centric store, which, like I said, is in the North End Center. It's on 225 Gilbert Street. We also have our VT Starbucks, which is right beside it. And then we also operate all of the merchandise stores at the sporting events around Virginia Tech, things like baseball or basketball or football, softball, any other kind of sports. Not trying to slight anybody, but we're there for all of that. So that's kind of a big overall picture as to who we are. As far as technology goes, I think that's what everybody's here for. We do sell computers from Apple, Dell, Lenovo, and Microsoft. We do have a selection put together. I know one of the big questions that everybody's probably going to ask is going to be, hey, when's that website going to be ready? I've been working with the team on that, and I'm really hoping we're going to see that within the next couple of days go live and have updated information. In the meantime, you can definitely reach out to the staff here at Hokie Centric. We're here to help and answer questions. We can process orders over the phone. We can ship things to you. Easiest way to get in touch with us is 540-231-6114. So one more time, that's 540-231-6114. If you don't have time to call or it doesn't work out during the day, you can always email us. I'll give you the email address. It is 2131mgr@follett.com. That's FOLLETT.com. Do we want to open it up for questions or?
Yeah, I'll start us out with a couple questions because I know that sometimes people need to take some time to formulate what they're thinking through. But first, let me make sure I have that number correct. It was 540-231-6114.
Correct.
Awesome. So I'm going to pop that into the chat for everyone here today, so you have that. And I'll also pop in some other additional information about Hokie Shops. What you can do if you're attending this session live is there's a Q&A feature on your Zoom link down there. You can pop pop in questions there to ask about books, computers, or any other supplies that may be available through the Hokie Shops area, and we'll be able to address those. So I know for me, we get lots of questions about, does your computers at the Hokie Centric meet the engineering computer requirements? Can you talk to us a little bit about that? And then also specifically anything related to warranties, because that comes up quite a bit.
Sure. So we definitely have models that meet the College of Engineering requirements. Now, not every model that we sell is going to be necessarily tailored to the College of Engineering, but most of our models are going to be a little bit higher in spec to kind of help the Virginia Tech students be able to get through their coursework, get through all 4, maybe even 5 years you're going to be here. I can tell you that Apple is something that College of Engineering is not recommending for students to get. A lot of the software that you'll be running on as part of your classwork just does not run natively on the Mac. There are some workarounds, but they're not really recommended. So if you're really set on getting a Mac, I would advise you to please talk to the College of Engineering before you do so, because I understand why they have that recommendation, and I want to make sure that everybody kind of follows along and gets the right computer for their degree. So we do have models from Dell and Lenovo that will meet the specs. While we do sell Microsoft, the big Microsoft computer that most of the engineers went with last year was the Surface Laptop Studio. Unfortunately, that model has not been updated in a little bit of time, and it no longer meets the engineering requirements. So while we are offering that for some other majors that may wish to go with that computer, that's one that we realize does not meet the specs for the College of Engineering. So that being said, Dell and Lenovo are the 2 big options that we have. All the computers that we're selling this year through this program do have a 4-year warranty included in the price. So when I tell you, the price of a Dell XPS 15 is $22.99, that does include that 4-year warranty. Each one of them works a little bit differently. I'll kind of maybe touch on that, and then if you have questions, we can definitely dive deeper if we need to. The Dell warranty includes 1 accidental damage repair per year of the 4 years. Now, there's no limit on things that fail that aren't as a result of an accidental damage, but you get 1 boo-boo, and it can be, I dropped a textbook and my L key doesn't work, or it could be, oh, I accidentally spilled a cup of soup onto my computer and nothing works. Each one of those counts as your 1 time, and the year starts on the day that you purchase the computer. It's not calendar year, it's from the date of purchase. Now, Lenovo is similar but different. They have a 4-year warranty as well, covers accidental damage. The way that warranty works is there's no limit necessarily to the number of accidental damage repairs that you can have. The one caveat there, and it's kind of a big one, is that if the computer is damaged to the point that Lenovo considers it beyond economical repair, they will replace your computer, and then the accidental damage portion of your warranty will be exhausted at that point, and you will still have the remaining manufacturer limited warranty. So I'll kind of give you an example as to what that might be. Say you accidentally leave a pen sitting on your keyboard and you close the screen, cracks the screen. That would be one. Say you do it a second time. That would also be one that would be covered. But then say maybe you're coming out of the engineering building and you're taking the stairs and you accidentally drop the computer and it tumbles all the way down to the very bottom floor from, say, the 4th floor. That computer is probably going to be destroyed. In that case, they'll replace it as part of your accidental damage warranty, but then you won't have any more accidental damage coverage after that. So I know that was probably a lot that I threw at you right there, but I kind of want to give you the difference in the two. There's positives and negatives to both. So
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. So for those of you who are on the webinar, you can see in the chat feature, I popped in the specific engineering computer requirement website where you can look at all the specifications and details. We did host a session for the computer requirement early on in the orientation season, and you can find the recording of that session on the engineering orientation website. So I will pop that link in there for you to be able to go back and reference that to watch the details about the specific reasons why the College of Engineering does not recommend the Mac for purchase that Morris mentioned. And you can also hear that directly from our IT representatives in that session. So if you do have questions about that, we are going to encourage you to go back and watch that video or reach out directly to our college IT support to address any concerns you have about running boot camp or parallels or ARMS or processors and all of those details. And so what I have found, yes, here is our website. I will pop into the chat the engineering orientation website where you can watch the recording, and you'll be able to watch the recording of this session too after we conclude today. As an international student, Morris, do you recommend that students order their computer now online from the shop or wait until I get on campus? And if I wait to arrive on campus, will there still be good quality computer options still available in the shop?
Very good question. Very good question. I would recommend to wait about a week, and our website should be updated. And right now, if you go on there to our website, you'll go to hokieshop.com. From the menu, you'll choose electronics, and then you'll see an option that says VT approved. Right now, there's only 2 computers on there. That's going to change very shortly, probably within the next few days. As soon as that's updated with more than 2, then you'll know that's the current options up there. But I recommend ordering as soon as it makes sense for you, because we sell a lot of computers, and I can't always guarantee what's going to be in stock, at any given time. Like right now, I've got plenty of computers of the models that we've selected, but that can change, in a week's time. So, I know that just today we had a run on one particular model, and while we're not low on it, we're much lower than I had ever thought we were going to be at this point in the game. So it can change fast. So I recommend ordering as soon as you can, just to make sure that that you've got what you need.
Awesome. And so that also addresses, I think, the next question that's in our chat is, if there's a way to see the types of models available on the shop online. So hopefully check out that in a week or so. And
Definitely.
those details will be posted on the website. And I can also make a notation on the recording once you get the website updated, just kind of a little note that says the website's updated. Click here for more information. So we can do that and let the students know about that. So another question we often get a lot from parents and also students and guests is information about purchasing books and how that looks and how that works. Are you able to kind of give us a brief rundown on what that process looks like if they do want to utilize Hokie Shops to purchase their books through?
Oh, of course, of course. I can give you a very high level. Now, course materials books is not my strength. I give that up front. But I know that you can go right to our website. You can put in your information, even log in with your PID, and it will show you the books that you need. We have a ton of different options. We have new books that you can purchase. We try to get as many used books as an option as well. When they're available, we have digital. We even do rentals. So we have all of those options available. Now, they may not be available for every single class. If a professor has chosen the brand newest edition of a book that's out, there's probably not going to be any used books or anything like that. But where there are used options, we do try to provide, as many different options for everybody as possible on the different types of books.
Excellent. And I had forgotten about that logging in with your PID to be able to see all of the book options you have. There was a new service I think we added last year.
Was, yes.
Okay, so that's a really cool feature that the Hokie Shops has. So definitely once you get your class schedule finalized, you'll be able to see the list of courses and the list of books for those that the professors have entered. And I do want to also make that very clear is that sometimes on occasion, faculty don't let the bookstore know of exactly which books they're going to need. And so please be patient with that process. And so if you don't see something listed, it might mean that there's no books required or supplies or additional materials, but you also may find out more information when you arrive on the first day of classes from your professor. So, and there are lots of options. And I know earlier on, Morris, you mentioned the different locations within Hokie Shops and specifically talking about the main university bookstore. And then we also have the volume 2 and then the Hokie Centrics and Starbucks and some other places. Where are the majority of the textbooks housed at now?
Sure. So for your textbooks, you're wanting, if you're going to go in person to try to do those, then you want to go to the university bookstore. That's the location that we house, the textbooks. Now, having said that, if you go online and order your books, you have different options. You can have them shipped to you if you want to go that route. Or if you wanted to pick them up when you come here, when you do it as a pickup, you can choose any of our different locations. So you order from the Hokie Shops website, but say, your dorm is closer to Hokie Centric instead of to the university bookstore, you can choose that as a pickup location. You can choose the volume 2 bookstore, like maybe you're going to be here with mom and dad. You want to make sure you get those while you're here. You don't want to deal with parking. You can choose to pick up over at volume 2. So we definitely have those options. Any of those 3 locations can be a pickup option for a web purchase. And same thing with computers. If you want to order your computer online and pick it up over at the university bookstore, that's not a problem either. We'll make sure it gets there.
Awesome. And so for those of you who aren't aware, that's a really great feature to be able to package all your books so that you don't have to go in person if you don't want the additional responsibility early on. If you feel like you have a lot of other things that you're needing to manage with move-in and just kind of getting settled, that's a great way for you to be able to get all your books packaged together and be able to just pick them up so you don't have to worry about that experience. So can you talk to us a little bit more about, in addition to, of course, computers at Hokie Centric, what are some of the other additional items that you keep in stock there in the store?
Sure. One of the most popular things we keep in stock, at least from an accessory standpoint, are cables. We keep all kinds of USB cables. We keep Apple Watch charger cables, USB-C cables, Ethernet cables, HDMI cables. It seems like everybody's always needing some type of cable. So we have those. But then we also have some fun stuff. We have, headphones. We've got everything from JVC up to Beats to Bose, JBL. We've got speakers. Those things are really, really popular in our store. We have ink cartridges. We have, mouse pads. Pretty much any type of accessory that you're looking for. We even have phone cases here, Another cool feature of my store, I'll brag about it, is we have a huge hydro flask wall right there as soon as you walk in the door. And it's very popular here on campus. We have a lot of people, I'll watch them, walk by my store, and then I'll watch them back up and look and say, oh, that's kind of cool. So that's a big thing. And then we keep, some seasonal things here too. We'll have some clothing, we'll have, some different sports kind of things. We'll have some school supplies. So if you're looking for, ink pens and those kind of things that you need, you're in a hurry and going by class, you can just stop in and grab something there. So yeah, we have a lot of different things here at the store.
So it looks like we have another question in the chat that says, if you were to purchase the computer through the Hokie Shops, what warranties are offered and are they international?
Sure. So going with Lenovo and Dell, anywhere they are the manufacturer warranty. So they are a Dell warranty. It is a Lenovo warranty. So we don't bundle those with like any kind of third party. It's all strictly the manufacturer warranty. So wherever you happen to be, if they're able to take care of a Lenovo warranty or a Dell warranty, then you'd be able to get service there. I don't want to speak for each individual location where you might be, but it is the manufacturer's warranty. So as long as wherever you are can honor that brand's warranty, then you should be good to get taken care of.
Excellent, thank you. When you order from the Hokie Shops, are you charged directly, like from your credit card, or is that ran through Hokie Wallet or the Virginia Tech payment system?
So you would have to pay, with a credit card. We also do have PayPal financing on our website, so that's an option too. So if you needed to break it up, that could be a potential option to help you out with the purchase. I know we also do Apple Pay, things like that. So
awesome. When you were talking a little bit about the warranties, you were talking about them specifically coming from the manufacturer. I'm assuming that the length of that warranty is also dependent based upon the type of machine you purchase. Is that accurate, or can you give us some more information about that?
it is as long as you're purchasing. So if you're looking at a Dell or a Lenovo that's on that VT approved section of our website, those computers will come with a 4-year warranty. So even, we have an Inspiron that runs $1,099. That one has a 4-year warranty built onto it. We have, the big Lenovo, workstation. You want all the bells and whistles. It's $28.99. That comes with the 4-year warranty. So even our low end Lenovo computer that's $8.99 doesn't work for engineering. I'll tell you that up front. But that one even comes with a 4-year warranty. So all of the Dells and Lenovos are bundled with the warranty. If you ever have any questions about that, please call the store. We're happy to help and answer questions. And even if it's just telling you where to go on the website, or even if you don't want to try to navigate the website, would rather just place the order, on the phone with someone, we're happy to help there too. So
awesome. So the next question we have in the chat is, should we purchase a printer, or are there other places we can print things on campus? So one thing that I'm going to do to address this question a little bit and then turn it over to you, Morris, is I'm going to pop into the Q&A a link to the optional accessories page, where on the engineering computer requirement, we listed all the specs and the specific details you need for your actual laptop. But then there was an additional side link that has some optional accessories where a printer is listed, and it's more of it's your choice, right? It may be convenient for you to have your own printer. A couple things to keep in mind: if you do have a printer, you want to make sure that it is hardwired. You don't want to be on the wireless network using printers, or VT will shut you down. You cannot use that wireless printer on the campus. And so you want to make sure it does have that wired connection. And there are places, though, where you can print things on campus if you are in a pinch and you need something. But I will say that it is something that is more of a convenience for you. I'm pretty much a paperless kind of office person myself, but on occasion I will find the need that I need to print something. So I think that's very much a personal choice for you. But if people did want to purchase a printer, do you have those options available through Hokie Shops?
we definitely do. And we try to keep those in throughout the year as well. So not just at back to school time. I can tell you from experience, I've been here quite a while, and I think when it comes to printers, not everybody needs one. I'm not going to try to be that used car salesman kind of guy, try to push things on you don't need. I think you definitely find out if you're going to need one. And a lot of times roommates will even share one. So that's something you might want to think about talking with your future roommate about. But one of the most used features, I think, of the printers has nothing to do with printing. And it's the scanning piece. A lot of people like to use the scanner portion to scan a document into their computer to have it. Or, you might miss a class, because, you were sick or whatever, overslept, and you might get notes from a friend, and it might be easy just to scan those notes and have them as a file on your computer. So that's something to think about. I know from both my employees that work here and from people that come in, a lot of times they're looking more for the scanning features than they are for the actual printing features.
Okay. If you're still hanging out with us and you have other questions, let us know. One thing that I didn't plan appropriately for today was really pulling out my Hokie gear to showcase some of the things that I purchased at the Hokie Shops. I should have thought of that this morning when I was getting ready. But can you talk to us a little bit more about the apparel options that you do have available through either the Volume 2 or the University Bookstore?
Of course, we have tons. I mean, it's really wide ranging. Everything from, a cheap t-shirt, not cheap, but low cost t-shirt, all the way up to something like a Peter Millar polo. That's a very high end, polo shirt there. So we have a wide range. We have things from Lululemon, which are popular. There's Vineyard Vines. There's a ton of different brands that we have, and I know my boss is probably going to watch this later and be like, "Oh, why didn't you mention this?" But there are a ton. We also work with the SGA, so we have all the SGA gear here for the Hokie Effect games. That's always a big deal on campus, and usually we try to have those in all of our stores. We have tons of, every type of ball that you might want, from basketball to football to softball to baseball. So we keep those kind of things in the store. Lots of gifts, lots of drinkware. It's very wide ranging, and I definitely encourage you to look at the website for that, because it's going to do more justice than me trying to describe it. But
and one of the things that I've noticed over the years that students are really into branding by their academic colleges or departments. Do you still have branded t-shirts and things like that in the bookstore, or how does that work?
I want to say I believe we do, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't physically been,
Yeah.
actually may have been since last summer. I was physically in the location, and I think there were still some there. Because I'm an alma mater myself, but also my husband is as well, from Virginia Tech. So we definitely get our game gear on when we come by to go to a football game or basketball game or something like that. So awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being here today. If you do have additional questions, feel free to pop those in. What we're going to do is we will wrap up the actual live stream part, but Morris and I'll stay on for just a few more minutes in case you have any extra questions that you want to follow up. So thank you all again for being with us today. And if there's anything we can do to support you, feel free to reach out and let us know. And